Good morning. Welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Hey, thanks for tuning in to this channel. God bless you. Today is February the 24th. The month of February is almost gone. Hey, I pray you had a happy Valentine's Day. I pray you and your sweetheart celebrated your love affair. I know we did. Now, let's get some housekeeping taken care of. Hey, if you have not subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, please subscribe. I'm just asking for you to support this channel. It helps spread the good news of Jesus Christ. It helps to bring us abreast on the spiritual, political, social, emotional, psychological issues of our days, where we, as specifically believers in Jesus Christ, can be able to navigate this world in a way that would bring God glory. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Now, for those of you who have subscribed, hey, God bless you. What can I say? Thank you for your support. We're now at 127 subscribers. 127. Now, for those of you who've already subscribed, you can help us double that. How? If you will send a text, email to at least 2, 3, 5, even 10 of your family and friends and say, hey, have you subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy? They trust you. They'll support you. So you do me a favor. Ask them to follow this channel, and they will. Hey, again, thank you, and thanks for supporting us. God bless you for that. Hey, let me get to our topic, and this is an important topic. Now, I try to broach a lot of subjects, and a lot of subjects, I know some people are uncomfortable with. I know a lot of them, they have political slant, but I want people to realize we're not talking about just church stuff on this channel. Some have gotten offended because there's political issues come up. Well, this is what this is about. This is a platform outside of church where we can talk about every issue under the sun. So if you're uncomfortable with being able to discuss these issues, then I guess this may not be the channel for you. But one of the reasons we started this channel is so that we could touch every issue under the sun, so God's people could be well informed about the thing that's going on within our culture. Now, today's question is also going to be taboo, very uncomfortable, and some people probably not going to want to click on it, but the issue is your house in order? Is your house in order? Now, there's a story in the Bible. It's actually in two places. It's in Hezekiah 38, and in, I believe it's 2 Kings 18, 19, somewhere in there. I'm sorry I didn't write it down, but the story nonetheless is about Hezekiah and his illness, and it was time for his life to end, and God told his prophet Isaiah to tell King Hezekiah, who's king of Judah, put your affairs in order, for this day you shall die. So, hey, what does that mean? Well, God says you're going to die. So God gave Hezekiah a heads up. Hey, you're getting ready to die. Get your stuff together, because you're coming home to be with me. And for those who are left there, you need to fix it for them. So there it is. I want to say specifically to our men, young and old, but also, of course, to our mothers and daughters and wives. We should get our affairs in order. And what does that mean? That means get your business straight before you leave this earth. And it's talking about simple things, and we're going to enumerate them just a little bit. But, there's some things that unfortunately we don't want to address. And one of the things is that you're going to die. The Bible says it's appointed a time for men to die, and then the judgment. So there's going to come a time when you have to die, I have to die. So you might well get your mind wrapped around it, get used to it, because we have funerals more frequently than we used to. So get used to it. Get your affairs in order. So how can you get your affairs in order? What is one of the first things you need to do? Or do you have a will? You know how many people die without a will? It's unfortunate, but I read one article said over 55% of pastors in SBC churches, Southern Bible Institute churches, don't have wills. You know what kind of chaos happens when you die without a will? People fighting over your leftovers. Maybe you got a big estate, they're fighting over that. Maybe you got a little estate, they're fighting over that. But when you do a will, you prescribe who's in charge and how they disseminate what's left. When you do a will, there's no question about who gets what, who gets this, who gets that. You can line out how you want things to go. My wife Sean and I, we did this a little over a year ago, and I tell you what, it was very eye-opening. I can't go into all the detail on establishing a will, but I will say this, something I found out now. I don't want to cast any shadow on anybody, throw any shade to anybody. I'm just going to put this out there as a nugget. Say you were married and you had a divorce, and it was a bitter divorce, and you and your spouse hated each other. Well, y'all had 1 or 2 kids. Well, each of you had a little 401k, had some money, whatever, and you died without a will. Well, they're going to give the money to the next closest heir, which maybe happen to be one of the kids or both of the kids. Well, what if both the kids die? Well, guess who gets the money? Yes, your ex. Your ex. If you don't have a will and you have 1 kid or 2 kids, and the money is supposed to go to the kids, but if the kids have died, then your ex gets to inherit all your multiplied millions. Now, I know that's Michael, you shouldn't have done that, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of the things that happen when you write a will. You dictate how you want things to go when you do a will. So make sure you got a will. God said, get your house in order. What's the next thing? It's not only establishing a will, but making plans for your funeral. I mean, do you have a burial plot? Do you have enough life insurance? I should have said that first. Do you have life insurance? Oh, this is going to be a good one. I am frustrated to high heaven with people having the audacity to die without life insurance. And I'm talking about people who have worked, have had jobs, have some means, they're tattooed up, they got cell phones, they got 3-4 cars, and they die without insurance. And then they have enough nerve to get on Facebook asking for money to help with their funerals. Man, this is wrong. This is grossly not right. This is demeaning to the family. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. Stop getting on social media asking people to give you money to bury one of your family members. Get some insurance. You young people, get some insurance. What's it cost? $10 a month to get $10,000 worth of insurance? Get some life insurance so when it's time to be buried, you can be buried. Quit begging people on social media for money. We look so foolish on Facebook, on Instagram, on these different platforms, asking people for money to bury those we love. Man, that is just, wow, that's just so wrong. That's just on my heart. I just had to get that out there. So get your affairs in order. Get you some life insurance. And then, of course, as this is something that we're working on, you got to make some burial plans. You can choose your funeral home ahead of time. You can get your burial plots. You and your spouse can be buried next to one another. This is stuff that we're going to be working on. So we've got to work on this thing. We've got a will already. We got other stuff we got to work on. Okay, so get your affairs in order. Get your will. Get your life insurance. Get you some burial insurance. Make all the plans out ahead of time. Don't make people have to jump through hoops and rings to get you in the ground and get you buried. That's probably don't sound so nice, but I'm just telling you right up front. These things take time. They take money. They take effort. And the next thing is, make sure everybody knows what the paperwork is. If you got a will, there should be a son, a daughter, a neighbor, a friend. Somebody should know where the will is, where the life insurance is. We shouldn't have to go ferreting all through the house and looking everywhere trying to find out where are the important documents needed when someone's life ends. Let the people that need to know where everything is. And then you got bank accounts. People die, they got multiple bank accounts, they got multiple 401ks. And by the time they figure this out, man, the lawyers and the banks take you through all kind of trouble trying to get to these resources that we should have made sure our loved ones knew where they were. You got to trust people. Trust your husband. Trust your wife. Trust your children. Trust people so they can know where all these important documents are when your life does end. Another thing is, when it does come to the end of life thing, how long would you want to be on a respirator? How long would you want to just be laying there lifeless? Somebody got to make those decisions. We just experienced this with, one of my loved ones, and it was her will that she didn't want to hang around all the time, and it was our will as well. So you got to give someone the power, the power, the medical power of attorney, the legal power of attorney. You have these all will come out in the will, but you've got to give people the right to speak on your behalf. They're your caregiver. They want you on hospice for any old amount of time. Do they want you to be able to just stay a vegetable? I mean, somebody's got to answer that. You got to answer that. You've got to tell them what you want. Okay, so that means getting your house in order. Getting your house in order simply means taking care of business of how, when your life does end, how do you want things to go? Okay, get your affairs in order. Another thing, mending fences. Oh my God, we all listen. None of us are perfect. We all have sinned. We all got flaws. We're a nation. Half of us have been married and divorced, some 2, some 3 times. And so we've got, relationships that are broken and all mangled in all kind of pieces. And we got foes and enemies and bitter people everywhere. And some of that's our fault. I mean, I can't, say that some of the things that happened in my past life weren't my fault. I was a part of relationships. And so there's some brokenness in some parts of my family life that I've tried to mend, but I can't mend all of it. But what I've tried to do is try to bring people in and share my heart, and my arms are wide open. But we can't do it on our own. But I encourage you, if you can, if you have the wherewithal, if by the grace of God you're able to come alongside someone and say, hey, I hurt you in the past, I'm sorry. Life unfolded the way it did, and I wasn't able to handle it. I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't smart enough. But here now, by the grace of God, I'm able to say, hey, I'm sorry. I love you, and I want to be there for you as best I can. If you can do that, do that. Let's get in your house in order. So let's kind of put a bow tie on this real quick. Get your financial affairs in order. Get your will established. Make sure people know your important documents are. Make sure you got life insurance. Make sure you got some funeral plans in the works. Make sure that you make sure everybody knows what all those documents are. Give permission for end of life care for yourself. And finally, again, we said it, mend broken relationships. These things are important. And one of the main reasons they're important because God says to you, get your house in order. See, no day is promised to you or me. And for those of you who are my cohorts, who are in my age group, people in their 50s right now, it seems like people in my group are dying once a week or once a month. I mean, we just got some news this week. I won't name the name, but one of my daughter's friends called to her and said that his dad was dying, and just happened to be someone I grew up in West Dallas. I mean, get your affairs in order. Make sure those that you love know how you want things to be, and that you've put it out on paper. I've done that. It's clear. Hey, if something happened to me, I do not want to be laid up in a bed for 2-3 weeks, drool coming out of my mouth and no life in me. No. If the doctor says that's it, that's it. Yeah, we can hope for a miracle, but the miracle should happen before we got to this place. That's just my point of view. But hey, I just want to share this. I know we share a lot of things, but I know this is taboo. This is a taboo subject. We're all afraid to talk about death, but we all go to funerals every week. There's a funeral 2, 3, 4, 100 every week, so we should be used to it by now. I'm not being morbid. I'm just saying God says, get your affairs in order, because one day you too shall pass. Hey, this is Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. I pray this has been very informal. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, send me an email, a text responding why you don't. But I need you to like, subscribe, and share so we can continue to grow this channel, so that those who like what we're giving will be able to have it, so they too can be able to better navigate this world that we're in. Well, hey, God bless you and God keep you. Until next time, have a great weekend. In the name